Hey, hi, how you doing? This is the Gamertron and welcome back to the Gamertron Show. Video games are amazing. Video games are spectacular, video games are fascinating, video games are wonderful, video games are a means of immense joy. This is all truth. This is what video games are, this is what video games do, this is how video games have affected us and society as a whole. The more video games I see, the more video games I play. The more video games that I analyze and deconstruct, the more video games that I see excitedly talked about by video game developers, talking about their experience, their motivation, and their drive to create video games. The more that I compare video games to other forms of media, of other forms of storytelling, of other forms of adrenaline-inducing, visual spectacle junk food for your brain. The more I realize, the more I see, the more I praise just how amazing video games truly are and how we are truly lucky to live in a world where video games exist. With video games, you can be an adventurer. You can explore other worlds. You can almost live in and simulate a whole other life. You can experience and be a part of a grand epic tale. You can be introduced to, meet, and talk to extraordinary characters that someone else created, that someone else using voice talents and animation skills brought to life. With video games, you may be able to try out and experience things you just can't in your real life. Whether it be sports, detective work, driving, shooting, swinging a sword, climbing a mountain, flying a spaceship. The more you really look at video games, the more you see what they're capable of and what they allow us to be capable of, how they act as a means of expressing ourselves. Depending on what video games we play, depending on what video games we enjoy, depending on what video games we seek out. For instance, I seek out action, I seek out violence, I seek out war and destruction and chaos, great heroism and despicable villainy. I seek out sometimes just an epic battle for the sake of a battle, but other times I look to be immersed in a grand and epic tale involving diverse, unique, creative, colorful individuals. Sometimes I want to feel badass, sometimes I want to feel scared, sometimes I want to feel challenged and intrigued, sometimes I want to solve a mystery, sometimes I just want to relax, sometimes I want to be so adrenaline fueled and intense that I'm on the edge of my seat, sometimes I want to play by myself, sometimes I want to have an experience that is individual and unique to me, sometimes I want to share that experience with someone else, with friends, with family. And all these things that I have just talked about are possible and available through video games. If I'm being honest, some of the greatest, most memorable, most important parts of my life are via video games. Some of the most important people, some of the people I care most about in this world, I met through video games, through multiplayer. If I had not picked up and played this game, I may have not met some of my best friends and friends who I would eventually consider almost family. However, of course, some of the most important people of my life I did not just meet online, but it is through playing video games that out there, offline, outside, in the real world, and I say that in huge air quotes, that through the shared interest in video games, the shared excitement and fascination of video games, I also met some of the most important people of my life. Good friends and friends I would consider family, and that would not have happened if it wasn't for the common interest of video games. I've said this before and I will say this again. Look at video games and then look at books, look at movies and television. And to me at least, it's drastic in the amount of entertainment and how much these different medias personally affect me. I mean, the comparisons are staggering. For instance, I can watch a movie about a secret agent saving the world, or I can be a part of that story. I can be a part of that secret agent saving the world. I could watch an epic space drama as the captain of a spaceship exploring the galaxy, or I could play a video game, be that captain, command the ship, even control the ship, exploring the galaxy. I could watch a horror movie and watch these other people be scared of a horrifying monster chasing them, or I can be that person, I can play as that victim, and feel the fear, feel the adrenaline rushing through my body as that monster chases me down the hall, as I battle my way through fight-or-flight instincts and trying to see through darkly lit areas. But when it comes to video games, there's also so much more. Maybe I just don't want to be immersed in that kind of gaming experience. Maybe I just want to puzzle. Maybe I just want to mentally challenge myself. I'm not here for the story, I'm not here for the action, I'm not here for an emotional impact. I'm here to flex my brain muscles. Well, there are video games for that. Maybe you don't really want to play the game. Maybe you don't want to actually be really immersed and too much of a part of the experience. Maybe you want something more akin to a film, but you want a bit more interactivity. You want to be able to make certain choices, directions that you would like to see the film go in. Well, we have video games that are very film-like, very movie-like, very TV-like, where the only real interactions needed from you are very minimal, but you have the options to drastically change the story that you're watching. Books can't do this. Novels can't do this. TV shows can't do this. Movies can't do this. Video games can do all of that and so much more. I mean, for goodness sakes, we have multiplayer, where you're able to play games, where you're able to interact and have fun with people from around the world, people from other countries, across oceans. You get to, in a way, see them through their in-game avatars. Even though you can't shake their hand in person, you can have your in-game avatar shake hands. That kind of online interactivity, that kind of online community, that kind of online communication with another human being, it's unheard of, and it's unique to video games. And as I said earlier in the video, because of video games have helped people from around the world become best friends, lovers, and family. Video games are amazing, and that's the truth. Video games are now an integral, almost, part of our lives, part of our pastime, our free time, our hobbies, our entertainment, our passions. It's important that we don't take video games for granted. It's important that we appreciate video games for what they do for us, what they can do for us as individuals and as a community, as a society, as a global population as a whole. Video games are amazing. That's the truth. And don't forget it. Anyways, that's been a video. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did indeed enjoy the video, then please remember to hit the like button. Hitting the like button helps you, helps me, helps everybody involved in the video. If you hit the like button, please leave a comment. What are your thoughts, feelings, and opinions on the topic of this video? I love reading comments. I get nearly enough comments. Please leave a comment. If you want to help out and support this video, then please share it on social media, Twitter and Facebook. And if you want to help out and support me directly, then please consider pledging and becoming a patron on my Patreon. Anyways, guys, that's been a video, and I'll see you all later.